What is up, everyone? Welcome back to James' Plants and Bonsai. Here with me, I have this Mondell Pine. I got this plant probably around a month ago from the nursery for about $10 on sale. It's very tall right now and very top heavy, as I'm sure you could tell. I have to hold it up. And so we're going to be giving this plant a complete restyling. At the moment, I'm seeing a Windswept style. Of course, my vision could change with time, but at the moment, that's what I'm seeing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a better look at the plant, and I'll explain what I did to take care of it, which wasn't very much, but let's get straight in. So talking about care for this plant, like I said, it wasn't too laborious. I actually was able to give this plant pretty much all day sun for relatively most of the time up until recently, because it's starting to get into the 110s, which is, I think, a little too high. Pretty much all day, every day sun, and I watered it pretty much every day as well. I would sometimes forget, so maybe every other day. And fertilizing, I may have fertilized it like once or twice since I got it, but I usually kind of forget to fertilize this plant, honestly. But it seems to be doing pretty well, and so I'm hoping I can keep it alive. So let's move straight into our styling. All right, so here are our materials for our styling. I have a bunch of 2mm aluminum wire, and I have my pruning shears as well as just some scissors. And so the first thing that I'm going to start with is setting my height. And so I'm thinking of cutting it right about here. And as you can see, that's going to take off quite a bit of the plant, but we really don't need all that height. As you can see, it's weighing it down quite a bit. So we're going to start off with that. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm going to take our plant back to a more reasonable height. So we're going to start off with giving it a quick chop right about here. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if you can propagate it, but we're going to see. Alright guys, so I'm going to start by getting rid of some of these branches that I don't need or want. And so my windswept is going to be going this way. And so I'm going to start to get rid of this branch because I'm going to replace it with either this branch or this branch. So first things first, see ya. Boom, we got rid of that branch. And then there's a few little branches right in here that I don't think I'm going to use because they're just way too small. So boom. And boom. And then if I turn the plant, there's also these branches right here that are a little small. So we're going to cut these off just like so. And so now we have these branches right in here. Goodbye. Goodbye. So that's what we're looking at so far. So I'm first gonna start off with creating our kind of apex branch here. So I'm gonna come in here, start off our wiring, just like so. Guys, I'm getting better at wiring, kind of. So I'm gonna try and go in between each little growth here, just so that I don't, destroy the plant, or the branch, my bad, completely, and we get good amounts of growth. Oh my god. Okay guys, as it turns out, I am actually not any better at wiring, but that's okay because we're still gonna get the job done. So believe it or not, my gamers, we have our first wire completed and it is relatively successful. And so as you can see, we have our apex branch right here and it's starting our windswept going this way. So I'm next going to wire this branch as well as this branch. And so let's get into that. All right guys, so the next branch I'm going to be wiring is going to be this one right here. This one I'm kind of gonna like curve downwards and then upwards, I believe, or maybe out to the left and then kind of downwards and then upwards. So let's just go ahead and set our wire here and then we'll give it a bend and see where it takes us. So here we go guys. Hopefully I can do it while the camera is on this time. I think I just get a little stage fright while wiring or something. I honestly have absolutely zero idea. But, oh yeah, okay, we're making much more progress than last time. I think this is going to be yet another successful wire. So here we go. Oh my god. No, we got this. And probably right about there should be good. So I have no idea where my wire cutters went. Boom, my gamers. All right, so let's see if our next wiring worked. Would you look at that, my gamers? It is indeed working. And so obviously I'm gonna cut these branches back quite a bit, especially this one. This one is very long. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give it sort of a bend like this. I just stabbed myself with the wire, but that's all right. It doesn't really make you stronger, am I right? So there we go. Kind of bend it downwards a little bit, and I think that should be good. And again, I'm gonna have to wire these tiny branches with some 1mm wire, but I'll do that eventually. All right guys, so our next branch to wire is going to be this one. So I'm now using a different color because I ran out of the other color, but it doesn't make a difference. It's still 2mm. So we're gonna go ahead and give this one an awesome wire, because as we all know, I am just the best wirer around town. So let's go ahead and wire this sucker just like so. And if it seems like I'm kind of rushing this a little bit, it's because I sort of am. It's very hot today, as it's going to be for probably the rest of the months until August. Okay, so until next month. I don't know why I said the rest of the month, but anyways, it's very hot today, and my phone's already overheated once. I got the ice. Alright guys, so as I was talking about my phone overheating, my phone overheated, and so I got our next branch wired here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just finish wiring off camera because my phone just keeps overheating. And I'll be back to prune the plant and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I'm not done wiring just yet, but I've made quite some changes to my Windswept because realistically it was not looking very windswept. But now I am starting to see it a little bit more. We now have all of our branches focused on one side rather than having them come around, because that's not really proper windswept. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and prune some of these branches real quick, and then I'll finish up wiring. And another thing is, I'm not gonna be repotting it today, but what I've done is I've added a little piece of wood at the bottom here, just so that when I do repot it, I know which angle I want it to be at. And so from there, I'm able to bend my branches more effectively. So let's go ahead and prune those bottom branches real quick that we don't need. So coming in here, we're just gonna go ahead and chop this one off. We're going to chop this one off, chop this one off, get this one gone. Boom, bam. I'm gonna leave this one kind of as like a sacrifice branch. We'll see how that goes. But bam, we probably don't need this one. So bam. And then we're just gonna take off any of these other tiny unnecessary branches that I know I'm not really gonna be bending. Just like so. And that is gonna be good for now. So I'm now gonna finish wiring up these branches, and then I'll be back with what we have. All right guys, so here we have our fully wired plant. As you can see, the Windswept is going this way, and I think it turned out pretty okay. This is of course my very first attempt at a Windswept bonsai, and so it's not gonna be the best or anything even close to the best, but I think it came out pretty okay. And so the final thing that I'm going to do is just trim off like the tips of each of the branches, just so we can promote new growth and more growth. And so we're just gonna do that real quick, and that'll be pretty much about it. Alright everyone, so there we have it. That is our first attempt at a Windswept bonsai. It took a little longer than it probably should have because I completely messed up, but that's alright. I think I brought it back pretty decently. And so let me know if you guys have any suggestions of what I could do better, because I definitely want to learn how to create better windswept. I think they look really cool. So if you guys have any suggestions of what I could have done better, please let me know. And thank you all for the recent support. We surpassed 200 subscribers, so that is amazing. That's all thanks to you guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the plant. Give me your suggestions of what I could do better. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. And I'll see you guys in the next video.